I need to like compose myself. I really appreciate like that I can make really inappropriate sexual innuendo jokes and then get myself flustered and embarrassed all at the same time when it was my joke. So I feel like that's a talent.
Like you're the one making the joke, and it's like, oh, all of a sudden you're the one blushing, and it's like, oh god.
All right. Could you imagine if I did stand-up comedy and I went up and I like laughed so hard at my own joke and nobody else was laughing, and then I'm also embarrassed about my own joke and nobody else is laughing, and I'm like, and everybody's just like,
Like what like what the fuck? Like we
did we
we
miss
paid
the joke?
$5 for this?
$5,
Well, comedy. I mean,
$5.50. Come on, and that's the Groupon price. Okay.
they gave you 70% off for that Groupon, huh?
Had to get tickets sold. Don't worry. Oh,
Gotta fill
geez.
those seats. Hard times.
It is hard times. Hard times. Who sings that song? Did it hard times?
That's a song?
Yeah.
Literally never heard of that in my life. What year did it come out?
Like not that long ago. It's because you're just too busy up like up Sabrina Carpenter's butt. It's like there is other music besides Sabrina Carpenter, you know.
I do listen to more than just Sabrina. I listen to Madonna and
Oh, it's by Paramore.
yeah, no, I'm not Paramore's fine. I'm just not a I don't know, not a is is that the skate she was a skater boy or something, or was that
No, that was Avril Lavigne.
oh yeah, see, I'm more of a pop girly. I'm not
Paramore
a
is pop.
okay, but like what kind of pop? Like pop or like goth pop or like
Well, Paramore has been around for 20 years, so I imagine
well, that explains
pop
why I don't know them.
pop that is better than Sabrina Carpenter. Everybody knows Hayley Williams. What?
Never heard of her.
I can't with you. We're done talking about music.
Welcome to Dysfunctionally Yours, the podcast where we embrace the chaos, laugh through the struggles, and find hope on the other side of trauma. I'm your host, Brittany, and if you've ever felt like your life was a beautifully messy roller coaster of dysfunction, trust me, you're in good company. Here, we'll have real, raw, and sometimes ridiculous conversations about mental health, relationships, and healing, because let's be honest, life isn't always pretty, but that doesn't mean we can't come out of it stronger and maybe even smiling. So grab a cup of coffee or a glass of bubbles, and let's navigate this wild journey together, dysfunctionally, but never alone.
Oh, my ache of the week. It's kind of it's actually not very dramatic for once, I feel like. Uh, I have been doing a lot of intense running, and I like this morning I woke up and I ran 6 miles at 6 a.m. Alas, I had improper running shoes up until probably whenever it was I texted you and was like, I'm gonna go shopping because I
Yeah.
deserve it. And so I went and got new shoes, but I have developed, I have several blisters, but there's one in particular on my left foot, to be exact. That it's gigantic. Like it looks like Cheyenne Mountain. Like I think my blister might be bigger than Cheyenne Mountain here in Colorado, not to be
Cheyenne Mountain, as if that's not even our big mountain.
well, what's the big mountain here? Like I
Pikes
don't
Peak,
Pikes Peak, there we
Mount
go.
Princeton, Mount Elbert. Like there's a bunch of them that are 14ers, but like it's not
Okay, well,
Cheyenne.
whatever ever the largest mountain in Colorado is, my blister on my left foot is bigger than that. Like it is gigantic and it's not really painful. It's more so annoying. And I actually did like chat with the doc because like I was soaking in the bath yesterday and I was like, I wonder if like I should like it's been here for like 2 weeks now and it's actually getting bigger. Wonder if there's anything I should do about this. And the doc was like, oh, that looks painful. And I was like, I'm well aware of what it looks like. Thank you. And yes, it is painful. What do I do about it? And the doc was like, well, oh, you should wear open-toed shoes. And I'm like, great, I don't own any of those. I don't like wearing sandals because I don't like something about wearing sand. I don't like how they feel. And then like, what if I get dirt on my skin? Like, I don't want dirt on the bottom of my feet. Like, ew. So I'm not going to do that. And then the doc was also like, you should really not run too to let it heal. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing that because I need to run. I need to get my exercise. Like I'm doing like 7+ miles a day. Like some days I'm hitting 10, whatever. That's kind of like my form of therapy right now. And so like everything the doc told me to do,
you're actively going to ignore and make the problem worse. Heard. I hear you.
well, no, so I did take there was some advice that they gave that I did follow. They were like, you should like moisturize it and then like put a Band-Aid or put a gauze on it. And so I did that, but I'm like, and then they were like, it'll basically like rupture. That was the word they used. Rupture on its own, like when it's ready. And I'm like, so like, why can't I just like just pop it right now?
That it'll get
And they were like,
infected.
yeah, no, like that could, yeah, it'll cause infection and all of that. So like, I literally just have to live with this gigantic blister. Like I went out to breakfast with my husband this morning. I was limping, to the breakfast door. Here we are. Like it is what
Yeah.
it is. I hope it goes away, but it's
It would
just
go away faster if you did what the doctors are telling you, but instead you're continuing to irritate it and
I
it's
am.
getting
I moisturized it. I put a
you're
Band-Aid
not
on it.
supposed to continue to run on it. That's what's getting it worse and worse and worse. You need to let it heal. Like whenever they tell all of these athletes that have knee injuries and hand injuries that continue to go
I
out
don't
and
have a
play.
knee injury. It's
You
not a
have a
hand
whole
injury.
blister. Like let it heal. I can't even feel sorry for you because you will not listen to the doctor. No.
I'm listening. I'm moisturizing it. I put like a Band-Aid on it to keep it like.
My ears no longer hear any information about blisters.
So to be determined. I honestly don't know. I've never really had blisters like that before either. Like it kind of
Yeah.
freaked me out.
You should go to the actual running store. You should go to the running store and you should actually get some like running socks. They make a huge difference whenever you're running. And I know you did just get new shoes, but you really should go into a professional running store and have them tell you what type of shoes you need for how you how your how your feet pronate and how they land, and they'll tell you and they'll be able to like tell you
Oh,
exactly.
I'm a very flat footer.
And so they'll be able to tell you exactly what type of shoe you need and where that padding inside the shoe needs to be so that your foot absorbs it the right way and then you don't end up with all of the blisters. But I do know you just bought shoes. But whenever you get around to it, you should go take a look and just see what they say because when you're running that many miles, it really, really, really does make a difference. And they're very, very helpful in there with the types of shoes. So, sucks about the blister. That's uncomfortable for sure, for sure. And also, go to the running store. Even if just to like look at specific running socks, like they really make a huge difference. So,
Yeah, because
and
right
that's my
now
advice from my running base.
I just use like I don't know, whatever. Like I have some actually it drives me crazy. Like the socks I'm wearing right now, like I'm looking at them, y'all can't see them. But my socks are a nice blue color today.
They are nice blue.
And
They
they're like
match your microphone.
the micro like oh, yeah, they do. And my eyes.
And your eyes.
I'm just look at me, just being like so cohesive. Um I have no idea where I was going with that. I totally like why did I just started looking at my feet and I was like, look at my socks, they're blue. Um yeah, anyway, I probably should invest in some socks, huh? And
Yeah,
maybe
you
some
should.
shoes.
Yeah, you should. Um, sometimes I know what I'm talking about. What is your relief of the week?
Oh, my relief of the week. What's gone? Oh, okay. Actually, this is gonna sound maybe silly, but my relief of the week is something like kind of small. So like I discovered this brand of like popsicles that I really like. They're like sour blue raspberry, and like there's like a
Okay.
sour cherry lemonade. After my workout, I just want something to help like cool me off, give me a little bit of sugar without it being like overkill. And I found these wonderful sour blue raspberry popsicles, and I've also been eating some of like the frozen like sour fruits. So like I got
Mhm.
some like sour grapes that are coated in this like
Mhm.
sour coating, and I love mango, and I got some sour mango that's like flavored like I think strawberry and sour peach, and like oh my, it's incredible. It's so good. I've enjoyed like honestly, that's one of my favorite things is like finishing my workout so I can be like, yes, I get a sour treat now. Like it's nice, it's cold. And like this morning, when I did my workout, the sun wasn't out. It was nice, it was cool, it was cloudy. All the things I love because I hate the sun. And I got back and I had like a nice sour blue raspberry popsicle, and I was just like, just enjoying my little treat, like be feeling good after my workout. So nothing super crazy this week. Just I found some popsicles I really like.
That is exciting. Good job. Good job.
Yay, Chris.
Yay, Chris and his popsicles. I love a simple relief of the week, right? Like, I love a simple relief because we're not always winning the lottery. We're not always getting a promotion. We're not always having earth shattering things happening to us that it's like, yes, that's what made my day better. No, sometimes it truly is like being able to sit back and appreciate those small things that bring us a tiny little piece of joy. And we can find our happiness in that. So I love a small relief. I love that for you. My ache of the week. My ache of the week is our medical healthcare system in America.
Oh, don't even. Okay. Yeah, let's talk about that.
I
I got thoughts. I got thoughts on thoughts on thoughts.
Let me have my ache before we go into Chris's thoughts of a broken system. I went and this is also sort of a whole other issue because I'm like, why is it so hard to be an adult? But that we can wait on that one. I went to go make this silly doctor's appointment so that I could get medication. And I really had to talk myself into it, right? I had to work really hard to talk myself into it, to come up with a next step, to figure out what I was going to do. And to also, like we talked about last week, get to this point where it's like, okay, this is what's needed, but it still wasn't an easy decision to come by. So I go onto the app like it tells me to make my appointment, and it wants to put an appointment out for like the 3rd week of July. No, your girl cannot wait until the 3rd week of July. In order to get something sooner, they're like, "Do you want to hurt yourself?" And I'm like, "No, because now you want me to go to the emergency room." Like those are my options. Wait 7 weeks or say that you want to hurt yourself. And I'm like, that just feels very disproportionate. So they were like, or you could go see your PCP. And I'm like, PCP for mental health medication feels, I don't know that I love it. But okay, we'll see what they say. That appointment also the 3rd week of July. And I was just like, like this is not okay. So then I opt for an on-call PCP. So I have no idea who I'm gonna go see, but I'm able to go see them next Friday. So, like, this one coming up. And so I was like, "That's very annoying, but okay, appointment made. Cool. Out of sight, out of mind. Make this appointment, and we're gonna go from there, because if nothing else, maybe the PCP can get me a faster referral and still be in better than the 3rd week of July." So I was like, "Okay, cool." So I go to therapy. My therapist is like, "Did you get medication?" As if it happens that fast. And I was like, "Well, no." And I tell her what's going on. And she's like, "No, no, you need to go and, like, check the box that says, like, yes, I wanna hurt myself." And I was like, no, like that's not the box I'm checking. And I'm not going to the emergency room for this. Like, this is not, we're not there. Like, as far as utilizing resources appropriately, that's not the resource I'm willing to use. I have other coping skills in life. Like, it's fine. And I already made the appointment.
Well, and then not to be weird, but it's like then that I feel like that's documented somewhere in like your
Right.
medical file then, and it's like no, like that's
Right.
not like if we're there and it needs to be documented, then that is what it is.
Right.
But we're not there, and that's
Right.
not what I'm trying to do.
Correct. Because like my fear would be that I check it, they get me seen, and they're like, well, you checked it, please explain it. And then I'm like, well, yeah, but I just checked that for funsies. And it starts to sound like I'm recanting, like it's taking away from the actual issue at hand. So I was like, no. And she's like, why don't you just call them on the phone? What? I'm not calling anybody on the telephone. I am not picking up the telephone and calling anyone ever. It will not happen. And she's like, I get case manager referrals all the time because people just call Kaiser and tell them what they need and they just call. And I was like, yeah, I hear you. I'm probably not going to do that. I'm not calling anybody. That is
just like how I'm not going to stop running, you're not going to pick up the phone.
No, I already made the referral or the appointment. So like the idea of calling and like talking to a robot and pushing through like press 1 if you want this, press 5 if you want that, and going through that whole process and hoping that I land with the appropriate person and I can only explain it one time. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. So yeah, that I'm annoyed that the appointment is so far out. I was also annoyed that, like, even though I'm telling her I have an appointment, she's like, "No, you need to get an appointment sooner." And I had just got done telling her how much pressure I felt about life and how hard everything was. And so now I have, like, I'm feeling even more pressure. That is my ache. Friday will be here soon enough. So it's fine. It's fine. And yes, this process, the system, it's an overarching problem with the system that like there are just not enough appointments and they want you to wait and suffer and jump through so many hoops just to get an appointment for any type of anything. And like why should I have to like lose a limb to be able to get adequate, I don't even want to say adequate, but to be able to get punctual.
Just get your basic mental health needs met, like the bare bones basic. Yeah, no, I think, and one thing that I've found navigating like the medical and mental health system is that once you establish that care, like whether that's with a psychiatrist or whatever, like it does get easier to like, because then you can just like send your psychiatrist a message and be like,
A little
hey,
note.
yeah, like, hey, I'm not doing so well. Like, could we up my dosage or like, actually, I think this medication's not doing super well for me. Can we talk about doing something else? And then 9 times out of 10 they're like, oh yeah, sure, like what do you think about X, Y, and Z? And then it gets easier. But it's that initial part of getting the appointment, trying to find, and it's like you said, it could be several weeks out. I mean, literally this is kind of a month out for you.
7 weeks.
And that, yeah,
7.
And it's like, so what are people supposed to do for 7 weeks unless you're actively like having like a mental health crisis to the point of
like a mental health
potential
emergency.
Yeah.
Yes. No, I think it's very
It's like,
unfortunate.
okay, just hang on for 7 weeks. Like it'll all be fine. You just gotta like, go meditate until the appointment. Like what? No, like if I'm reaching, and that is so, that detours people from getting that care in the first place, because it takes a lot of energy to even reach out and to try this route.
Yeah.
Because it's like the fact that you're willing to and putting energy in to try to do this, and then it's like you're hit with all these roadblocks. For some people, I could see people being like, you know what, I actually don't need it that bad then. Like I'll just continue to suffer and have an angry, unhappy brain. And
yes, no, that's 100% how it is. Like I had to go in about this time last year. I had some some stuff come up after a mammogram, and it was really, really, really scary, and they needed a whole lot of tests, and it was a whole lot of jumping through like 9,000 hoops to do all of it. And they were like, we need to monitor this like actively. So you need to come in, and they gave me a timeline of how often I need to go in. Okay, cool. So I go in to the handy dandy app that they told me to go in and do it through. And the app keeps telling me, no, that's an annual test. So you can't schedule it, or you're going to have to pay for it. And I'm like, well, then I guess I'm not scheduling it. I guess I'm not scheduling it. And then when the time finally came, then they started sending me emails, and they're like, you need to schedule this, again, telling me to go through the app. And I'm like,
I tried that already. And that's honestly what makes me
yes,
so upset.
I have
Is
yet
like
to
you
make that
follow
appointment.
Yeah, you
I have not made that
follow
appointment.
all the instructions. You
Yep.
do exactly what they tell you to do, and
Yep.
then it doesn't work. And then they get like, well, where are you? Like, what are you doing? Like, I'm following exactly what you told me to do.
Well, and like, I was supposed to have that. I've probably been supposed to have 2 appointments at this point because I keep putting it off because I can't make this stupid appointment. And so it was supposed to be in December. We're in June now, and I was definitely supposed to have like 2 different appointments. Can't make this silly appointment, and then because they won't let me make it the way that I need to make it. And then they're like, "Oh, call us." Again, no, like, that's just not, I cannot bring myself to be able to do that, or to do it during your working hours, like the appointment scheduling hours, because I am, you know, busy, which is what I thought the point of, like, being able to do it all through this app was. I thought we were being, like, accessible, we were understanding people's issues. No, I absolutely cannot. This is silly. If you want me in, call me on the phone. Why don't you call me on my is it payphone? Cell phone?
It's
Call
cell
me on
phone.
the cell phone.
Hey phone. Hey phone.
Why don't you call me on my payphone?
Are
Clearly, you've
payphones
never
even a thing anymore?
no,
Do they
and clearly
exist?
you've never waited for a phone call at a payphone.
Oh yeah, absolutely not. Like I just
I absolutely have. I have absolutely received a call on a payphone before.
that I
Mhm.
wow. Did you
Yeah,
have like the phones where you had to like circle or whatever, like
a
dial or
rotary dial phone.
I don't even know what you call that.
No.
My my Gen Z is
My grandma
showing.
did. I remember there being one at my grandma's house, which seems very cool until you actually have to, like, use one, because, like, if the number just say is, like, 989 and you're like, 9, and you have to take it all the way around, and then it goes all the way back around, and then you have to go 8, and it goes all the way
Oh, I don't
so
have the
no,
patience.
no,
I
exactly.
don't
So it's
know when
very
this phone
cool.
came out, but I wouldn't have had the patience back then either. Like I'm
It's
not doing
very
that.
it's a very cool concept until you actually had to do it, and even as a little kid, I was like, "Why can't I just push the buttons? I don't like grandma's phone." Yeah, so
What's your relief
my
of the
relief
week?
of the week. Well, I guess I'll give myself some props to myself. So, because I've been having such a hard time, I and because I've done this depression thing before, I've gone through this, like, I've had all of my bouts of, like, suicide attempts and things like that, so, like, I'm no stranger to depression, what it feels like when it feels like I feel like I'm carrying an elephant on my chest and my back all day, every day, um, and I'm very familiar with that, like, I know, and so that also means that because I've done this and I've overcome it and I've been through so much treatment, I also know 100 coping skills. I know a lot of things that are very helpful. Um,
Just watch some AI fruit. That'll perk you up because their lives are crazy right now.
yeah, no, they are getting wilder and wilder actually. But
7.
I do know that movement is really crucial to like mental health. And so I've worked really hard to do like this 200 miles of summer. Um, not a crazy, unrealistic goal, like nothing really hard, very, very obtainable to even be like, okay, let me get up and do a mile right now or 2 miles. You know, I can take my dog on a quick little mile long walk twice a day, and that's easy. Like I mean, I don't want to say it's easy because everything is hard, but like that's not unrealistic to be able to do. Um, and so I've been really good about doing that, even when I haven't been good, right? Like I reached out to you and I was like, I just want to go to bed. And you're like, if I could do it, you can.
Yeah, literally when you
Um,
texted me, it was so hot that day, and
yeah,
I was outside, and I was in the heat, and I was dying, and
and
I wanted to turn around, but I was like, "No, if you
not
can
the
just do
same.
1 or 2 miles and then enjoy a nice glass of wine and then go to bed." I think I said something around
After
along
I
those
was
lines.
like, yeah, you're hopped up on antidepressants. So, like, it's not the same, but you were able to be like, well, if you need to reward yourself afterwards, have your glass of wine afterwards. And you were like, just do 2 miles or 30 minutes, like whatever comes first. Just try it. And I was like, well, I have to chill the wine anyway. So I
There
might
you
as well
go.
I might as well walk while I'm chilling the wine, and so I ended up getting, like, 3 or 3.5 done that time because, like, once you get going, it's not the task that's hard, it's getting up to do the task that's hard, and so I've been really good about doing it, and then whenever I feel good doing it, like, doing more, like, yesterday, I was like, "Oh," after I did what I started to do, I was like, "Oh, let me do some more," and I ended up with, like, 4 miles, so it's like, once you
Nice.
get to do the thing, uh, then it's a little bit easier to be able to convince yourself to do it, and so I think just really and I don't minimize how hard it is to get up and do the thing when all I wanna do is, like, sit under the crushing weight of this elephant that I'm carrying around because it's so heavy and it's so hard, but I do know that that's helpful. It gives me a little bit of a boost, a little bit of a serotonin boost, and it is very helpful, and so I think really leaning into the tools that I've acquired over the span of time, leaning into, like, you and my other friends that are supportive and encouraging to be like, "Yes," like, normally I don't need somebody to celebrate that I did a mile. Like, it's a mile. Like, a mile is not
So that's
hard.
so like the amount of people that actually don't even get in, a couple thousand worth of steps a day because, you in theory, right? I think we live in this society where it's like, oh, well, we're on the move all the time. And it's like, are we? We're
Are
getting
we?
up, we get ready for work, we get in our car to go to the corporate office, to sit at our
Mhm.
corporate job, to then maybe pace around a little bit, maybe get some lunch, then end of the day, oh, we get back in our car, we're sitting in our car, we get home, then we sit on the couch and then we go to bed. So it's like,
Mhm.
are we actually like, and I mean this more, it's like a country and societal wise, like, are
Yeah,
we actually as active as like we think we are? And I think
right.
the answer is no, like when you really break it down. And so something that I've also been thinking about lately too is I've been watching a lot of like medical shows and documentaries. And like right now I'm watching like NYPD, like trauma, and watching like pediatric like trauma surgeons like do life-saving things on kids. And like I watched something yesterday about an adult that like had a spinal injury and he may never be able to walk again. And it put it like thinking about things in a bigger perspective like that. Um, it makes me appreciate that like I am able bodied, I can do those things, and I should do those things. Like we get one body in this life,
Yeah,
and we should take care of it. And so for me, like that's doing a lot of like I do a lot of exercise, and that is my form of therapy. And like I'm really happy to hear that like you've been leaning into that because I do think it is helpful, even just getting up, going outside, being part of like, society a little bit, even if it's just around the neighborhood, like seeing the dogs, like all the
yeah,
things. Like it is worthwhile and it's so worth doing. And you're doing that for yourself. Oh, hello.
yeah. I,
We just have a new studio audience member join us. Hello.
yeah, I mean, so it's even if I do nothing else the rest of the day, I'm like, well, I moved my body. I moved my
Hello.
body. Oh,
Yeah. Oh, I know.
hello,
I know.
visitors.
Be very bored. Okay.
And so that's nice. I was talking to one of my girlfriends and she was like, I really just try to, whenever I get low, think of myself sort of like a plant. What does a plant need? I need a little bit of water. I need a little bit of sunlight, and she's like, and I need a little bit of like,
Just a little
oxygen.
something, something.
Yeah, and she's like, "So I just try and do that." And so yesterday, that was kind of what it was. I was like, I didn't wanna go do anything, but I knew it was gonna be very warm yesterday, so in the morning, I was like, "Let me just go get some sun. Vitamin D is good for me. Let me get some hydration going, like, and see where that takes me for the day." So I think I'm working hard on giving myself credit where credit is due, because like if you came to me and you were like, I'm really struggling, but I got up and I was able to do this, and I did my miles and I did some meal prepping and I did 2 loads of laundry and I unloaded the dishwasher,
Oh God, I'm not doing laundry.
I would be like, oh my gosh, good job, Chris, like you did amazing. And so instead of me being like, well, alls I did today was 2 miles and some meal prepping and 2 loads of laundry, like, I would not look at you and say that. I would not look at you and be like, "You didn't do enough today." I would be like, "Good job."
But it's interesting though, because sometimes I think our brains tell us like we should be doing more, or like what we do isn't enough. Like even if all we do today, for example, is like do this podcast, and then like if that was all that we did today, I think society and the way that those social norms work, right? It's like, well, you just sat and you just did a podcast, and it's like, yeah, but that's still doing something. That's
Yeah.
still doing something meaningful. And like sometimes we don't have to be 100% all the time. We don't have to be
Mhm.
on all the time. And I think like, that's something that I think Ryan really struggles with, because he's always like, oh, don't mind don't mind my old man dog just wanting to be part of everything today. Oh my God, he is so cute though. Look at his little tongue. Oh, I can't. Oh no, where was I going? The train has left the station.
Yeah, people wanting to be, like,
Oh, so
yeah,
I was saying Ryan like he will get like sometimes we'll just be like, if we've done our exercise and we've done our chores, or we went to the store and did all the things, his legs will actually start getting restless, and he'll start like moving his legs, and he'll be like, what do you want to do? And I'm like, I'm just watching Strawberita get hit by a banana. Like I like it maybe, and part of that for me, maybe that is like, my mental health medication doing what it's doing, because it kind of makes my brain a bit quieter.
yeah,
And so like I am able to just like,
zone
yeah,
out.
I can zone out, I can watch TikTok, like, and it's just so mindless for me.
Yeah,
But then for Ryan, he's like, well, should we plan for next week? Should we do this? Should we do that? And it's like, whoa, like we literally did like 20 things already. Like, calm down. We're gonna get there. It's gonna be okay. But also I don't want to minimize that either, because I know that that's something that a lot of people just struggle with, is
yeah,
people struggle to relax. People struggle to just kind of
just
chill and
be.
just
Yeah.
be. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think we all come with our own stuff, as like what that comes from, right? We hear people that talk about like, oh, it's hard for me to stop because like I never got to as a child, right? Like if I was sitting down, I was being called lazy, I was being told I wasn't being productive. um it left me more of a target for my alcoholic parent to just come home and scream and yell, so I needed to stay busy and look like I was always doing something. And so sometimes that can be a trauma response, sometimes it's just people,
100%.
sometimes people do just, that's just how they're kind of built, and it's not a trauma response because not everything in the world is a trauma response. And then other times, like, it's just sort of what we tell ourselves that we need to do. And yeah, we can have a hard time being like, it's okay, to sit, it's okay to relax. I think what I've really seen a lot lately is, and I had to actually it actually hit me like a whole ton of bricks for a couple different reasons, right? Like I mentioned a couple weeks ago, June is Men's Mental Health Month. June also leads into my brother's anniversary, who we know mental health is what took his life. And then I'm sitting here like going through my own stuff right now. And I had somebody be like, yeah, but you're smiling at work. And I wanted to kind of come unglued because I was like, I
A
smiling
lot
at,
of us just smile at work.
and I was like, of course I'm smiling at work because I'm at work. Do you know how hard it was to get here? Do you know how hard it was to get out of bed to get here and how exhausted I am? And that when I go home, I crumble all over again. Right. And I was thinking a lot about my brother, and he, like any picture you see of him and I, he has the biggest smile. We're having a great time.
I think people said the same, like Robin Williams.
Robin
Like
Williams.
everyone was like, "Oh my gosh, the dude was always so happy. He made people laugh. He made people smile." And I think I wish we were more open about I wish it was more okay. Like if someone were to be like, "Hey, how are you doing?" And for like, I think we all want to say, "Oh, I'm doing okay." But I think we should be free to just say, actually, today sucks. I have a lot on my mind. Things are very heavy. It's hard to focus, but I'm here.
Yeah.
And one thing that I've tried to adopt as a mindset is that I will always show up and give my best, but my best may look different. Like my best today may be 80% instead of 100, but I'm still giving my best. My best tomorrow might be 110% because I'm
Right.
feeling great and I'm able to give that.
Yeah.
But I think we all it goes to show that you never really know what someone's going through. And I've been
No.
trying to remind myself, like, even if I have like I don't want to say a bad interaction with someone, but if like someone I'm close to is like maybe just off a little bit, like you can sense an energy shift or something like that. Like I try to remind myself, like maybe there's something going on that I don't really know about, and like that interaction was actually not about me at all. It was about like their grandma who's struggling with chemo, or they're worried about their car payment, their rent payment, or whatever that looks like.
And I think that that's, we should give people grace, especially when we don't know them, right? It's a stranger. We don't know them. I also don't assume everybody's dealing with negative things. And sometimes people are just, in fact, assholes. And that is the way that is as well, right? Because not everybody is dealing with the weight of the world. I think what I'm just seeing right now and really a little bit flustered by is that even still, after as much information has come out about what depression is and is not, that people still are like, well, you're not in bed crying. I wish I was. I promise you, I wish I was. But it looks so different. You don't just have to be
You
in
can
bed.
still be high functioning.
Yeah, exactly. You don't have to be in bed with the blinds drawn and not eating and just sleeping all day. It looks very, very different, right? It can look short fuse, lots of anger. We know men's depression looks very much like anger. It comes out as anger. It looks like it's a short fuse. It can be volatile, things like that. And so then we're just like, why is that male? Why is that man so angry all the time? Well, because he's probably depressed, or maybe just an asshole, but also could be dealing with some of their own things. And so I wish people understood more of what depression was, and that really wasn't something that just like, I woke up today and wanted to be sad. Nobody wakes up today and is like, I want to be sad. I don't want to be sad. I don't want to feel overwhelmed with life. I don't want to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning and still be laying there at 10 a.m. because the idea of getting out of bed to deal with the world is so heavy that I don't feel like I can manage it. Like nobody wants to feel that way. And it's going to show up different in everybody. And so, I employ everybody to take a step back, maybe learn a little something. And if somebody's telling you how serious their issues are, listen.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, and I think I think too, like, I think we have a habit of maybe like glorifying some of our bad habits
Yes.
when we get into this position, because I know, like, just speaking for myself, one thing that I really struggle with when I am feeling a bit lower, or like I just don't want to deal with anything today, like eating. Like, but
Mhm.
it's the opposite for me. Like not it's not the not eating. I want to eat everything. I want, like, if I've had a long day, some days I'm just like, I just want to go to Wendy's and I want to eat a Dave's double, a large fry, and get a large sugary lemonade. And then I want to get a Frosty because, like, I deserve a little
Yeah.
sweet treat, even though my lemonade had 93 grams of sugar in it. Um, yes, I looked that up.
I was gonna
Uh,
say because clearly we're
very,
counting.
very approximate there. Um, but then, it's something that I've noticed about myself is that I've done some self-reflection, and I've thought about, like, when I'm happy, what do people wanna do? They wanna go out and eat and celebrate. When something bad happens,
Mhm.
"Oh, can I bring you some food? Can I give you a DoorDash gift card?" Like,
Yeah.
things like that, and not that that's inherently bad, but once if it becomes a habit and you're doing it all the time, like, then you're tying your emotions to that habit.
Sure.
And I think, that's what I've realized for myself is I've tried to be more mindful of, like, okay, do I really want this particular food item? Or am I just like, did I just have a long day and I just need something do I just need that dopamine hit?
Yeah.
Do I just need that instant gratification, satisfaction, and that kind of thing? So I think it's important for us to realize that while I think everything is good in moderation, right? But, like, at some point, you got to be able to, like, kind of self-reflect and do some work and really think about, like, is this helping me? Is this hurting me? Like, what does that look like? And I think comparison is the thief of joy too, because I think we have a tendency to
Mhm.
compare our lives to everyone else, and
Yeah.
myself included, because there have been times where I'm like, man, I wish that we made like $1 million so we can do X, Y, and Z. But then I quickly remind myself, oh, we just spent a lot of money for our Scotland trip. Like, I got new shoes. Like,
Yeah.
I I'm in a position, like, I may not be a millionaire, right? But I can still enjoy my life, and I don't need to be a millionaire to enjoy my life. And so I
Yeah.
think, social media has played a lot into that. And it's interesting to see, like, how intertwined social media and
Mhm.
mental health and our perceptions of the world around us and each other have become.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
Honestly, I'm starting to get to a point to where, like, I kinda support, like, I saw there was a country that, like, banned social media for, youth under a
We talked
certain
about that
age.
before.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and I'm
Yeah.
kinda getting to that point where I'm like, "Yeah, like, maybe I don't need to have all of the social medias, I don't need to do all of the things, and, like, I can just focus on me, my life, my family, my friends, and, like, what brings us joy and what brings us happiness."
Absolutely. Water your own yard, right?
Well, we're in a drought, so we can't, but
Okay, look, I was driving over here and I saw the sign again, right? It's been there forever, but like I saw the sign again that was like talking about the drought and specific watering days and all of this. And I was like, this is how the apocalypse starts. Like, I'm just confident that this is how the apocalypse starts. Like, I heard somebody say, oh, Colorado about to turn into the next Arizona, which
no, I don't want
sounds
that.
just like I don't mind going to visit my family in Arizona. I actually quite enjoy visiting my family in Arizona. And also, that's not what I want here. If I wanted to live in Arizona, I would live in Arizona. I don't want to live there. And I was like, that's terrible. So, yeah, if the whole, you know, Rocky Mountain area turns into the Arizona, yes, the apocalypse is coming. It's just, I
I
hope
think I've watched
it's
enough
awful.
Walking Dead, to maybe survive, and I say maybe because, like,
He
I
would not survive.
I don't think
He would
I
not
don't
survive.
know. I don't
He
know.
would not.
There'd be no AC. Like, could you imagine literally being like there's like no electricity, there's like no clean running water just readily available. Like, you're out in the heat you're dirty, and I can't. I
Well,
cannot do it. Like, what if
somebody
I
who
need my hair
likes-
done?
As somebody
Like,
who likes camping, and as somebody who in the
I like
past
glamping.
and as somebody in the past 2 years who has gone without running water because the water heater went out and has gone without electricity because the electricity's been shut off, I can tell you, is it ideal? No. Is it impossible? Also, no. Like, I would survive the zombie apocalypse because I have a good plan, but I love you, Chris, and I don't believe that you would survive the zombie apocalypse at all. At all.
Yeah, because I'm trying to think, like, would I, like, if that happened, like, would I just go into full on like warrior Chris mode? But like, I don't think warrior Chris exists. Like, I'm too fragile and sweet and nice, and I'm just like this cute little gay boy that, like, you know, I'd probably walk up to a zombie and be like, "Yes, Queen Slay, you look great for being dead," you know.
How long have you been dead, ma'am?
Because you look. Can I get your skincare routine? Actually,
you're decaying beautifully.
You don't look a day over 3 years dead.
With that, don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe. New episodes come out every single Monday. Don't be afraid to be great. Toodles poodles. Bye.
Bye.